visual artist. I was born here in Mérida, Venezuela. Since I was a kid, I was in love with paper, but I didn't know how to draw. But studying architecture, I started like learning some techniques, and I was like, okay, I love this. And in 2000, I moved to the United States. I lived half of my life there and half of my life here. My work has been about change and transformation and how everything is connected. I'm still figuring that out because it's a very abstract concept, but it's one that I've been searching the answers for. Transmutations of a diary o transmutaciones de un diario, como like we're calling it in Spanish. This is a very bilingual project. It started with in 2022 when I first when I was going through a divorce during that time, very long marriage of 23 years. Actually a happy marriage for most of the time. So it was very hard to go through that time. And I remember my sister gave me this diary, this journal that was very beautiful, in a moment where she saw me struggling, and she told me, just use it as venting, just do whatever you're going through, whatever, just write it. And it was a very beautiful journal that has very thick paper, and just so beautiful to see. And I was traveling a lot during that time, and when you're going through loss and grief, you can write a lot of silly things in a journal, and some other things that are very important and are very special, and then kind of like truths that you find when you're going through change and to that kind of loss and pain and change and acceptance and all those stages that grief have. I realized I was using art as therapy. I understood that losing myself in the process was my way to stay in the present. I started rereading that diary, that journal, and I found some things that I still believe in, and some things that I thought, like, what was I thinking? And then I just as a process of kind of like therapy and self-discovery, I started like crossing the things that I thought that no longer applied in my life, and it became a very organic process of intervening that diary. At the beginning, I encountered this beautiful and strange book that has literally became another layer of these processes. I became enchanted with this collection of all anatomical illustrations from the 16th century to the 20th century, Oriental, Occidental anatomical illustrations. I was able to feel the curiosity of the artists that made those illustrations, how they wanted to portray something that is uniquely human. And collage became a fundamental tool, and it also allowed me to reconstruct concepts that were meaningful. In a way, now that I was in a better place, when I started reworking the diary, I felt I was in a way like kind of rewriting my own story, layering wounds and memories, and like
sensations and emotions, some things I was feeling very proud of, some other things that were just like parts of myself at that moment, and some parts that I feel very proud of right now. I had never worked in that way before.
We made my manager and I show her and she's like, whoa, I think there is something here. And then we started doing it. I started doing it more structured, and it came to a point that we dismembered the diary, put all the papers in the floor, and I started looking things and patterns and giving them names and giving them purpose, and they became 22 pieces, I'm not sure.
Using the actual pages of my diary as a canvas felt like a radical act, intimate and challenging. The idea of showing my pages, the pages of my diary, and exposing my fears and muses felt also empowering. It has been incredibly powerful to finish the series this way, bringing everything in and transforming it. It has been a way to close an emotional chapter. And yes,
it's good. It's good to be back home.
It feels good to be back home to myself.